Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bombers Blitz on the College Football Mafia Network. I'm your host, Nathan Bomber Brown. With me today for a little bit will be Daniel, the great Gygax.
Yo,
How you doing, Daniel? How was your weekend?
this is the first Monday, and I don't know how long that we haven't had 50,000 things drop of news article of this. It
Right.
it actually felt nice.
Well, there are a couple that I've
Yeah,
marked.
yeah.
There are a couple, but yeah, it's certainly not like it's been.
Oh yeah.
Coaches getting fired and, who's in and who's out. We're going to get into that season now. Tomorrow, we will be doing a first CFB pick show. I'll be running that. It'll be interesting to see who gets picked in that by the college football playoff and who gets into that. So that'll be tomorrow night. I think Moen set it up for 7:30 tomorrow night. I think that's a half hour before it's supposed to kick off. So I invite everybody to tune in then. That'll be tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern. Obviously tonight we don't normally do a Monday show, but I had some family stuff come up on Monday or Saturday, and family has to come first. So I apologize for canceling that show on Sunday evening, and I want to give voice to some frustration so everybody knows I recognize where you're coming from. Ryan Willie, obviously an OG, long-standing member of the College Football Mafia family, saying, Nathan, if you keep scheduling rapid react shows and then reschedule them after people start posting comments and super chats, I'll stop donating because then you're stealing money. Okay. And then he follows that up by saying, YouTube clears comments after a full day if the scheduled event doesn't happen. I suggest not posting on up show so far ahead. Okay. So first of all, Ryan, I apologize. I honestly don't know if there was any super chats on Saturday. If you put in super chats, tell me them right now. You don't have to pay them. Just put them in the comment section. I absolutely will read them. I'm happy to go through anybody that gave me a super chat on Saturday night. You guys are important to me, but you're just not as important as my family. And college football mafia family is a family extended, and I just want you guys to know that's where my priorities are, and that's what happened Saturday night. I had every intention of coming on because I sent Moen a note and said set up a show for me right after Miami lost to SMU. I was hot. I wanted to just dive into that and say what the heck is going on because I'm a fan of Miami and I don't understand them losing to SMU. I don't get any of it. So I wanted to have that vent session on Saturday night and I didn't do it. So I apologize for that. If you're watching right now, please leave your comment in the comment section right now. And I'm happy to read those things. Certainly wasn't trying to take anything from anybody. But that's what happened Saturday night. Anyway, Saturday night finished on a high note. Certainly, Utah absolutely drummed Cincinnati, who I think we're finding out Cincinnati is a good team, not a great team. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has to take steps to get better. If they can keep their quarterback around next year, they'll be good. If he doesn't go to the NFL, I guess. Cincinnati's going to be good next year. They have an improved defense. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing to be embarrassed about going into Rice Eccles and having Utah beat you. That's something else that happens on a very common occurrence. So at the end of the day, just that's kind of where my thoughts were on Saturday night. Daniel, you obviously have been watching these games over the last
Oh
couple
yeah.
weekends. What stood out to you this last weekend?
Cincinnati, I thought was going to be better. Satterfield's going to be on a lot of short lists for coaching vacancies. Um,
He may, yes, that's
oh yeah,
possible.
easily.
Yep.
Uh, SMU beating Miami. That really shocked me, but just due to the fact that I thought this was going to be Miami's year to just go ahead and win the ACC. And
Yeah.
they did November Miami things.
Yeah, it
Rock
sucks.
and Rant, if you watched what he did.
When?
Tennessee, that would be Saturday night. He
No, I
put a
didn't see what he what did he
oh
what did
he
he do?
He was not happy.
I imagine he shouldn't be happy.
Yeah, because same thing, Tennessee, and I thought this is a Tennessee team that would put things together, and
Mm,
Tennessee's doing Tennessee November things that they always have done. And whenever it gets right down to it, you're looking at an SEC that you could throw on a dartboard and probably still have teams that will get a couple more losses. You have a Big Ten that is basically two teams now, and that's going to be
yeah, that's
Ohio State and Indiana. Uh, you've got a Big 12 that is, I wouldn't say wide open, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be BYU and who in that Big 12 championship game.
I
And
hope so.
yeah, and the other one is I still don't know who the G5 rep is going to be. I wouldn't have a foggy clue. There's
Yeah,
so much of a mess there. And the ACC right now, number one that you have in the conference is UVA, and number two is Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech,
yes,
Georgia Tech, we thought they were going to be pretty good this year.
yep,
Not this good, but there's still games to be played. And UVA, you look at the remaining, they can go 11-1 easy.
yes. It's all lined up for Virginia. We'll go through the top 25 in just a second. But I want to just quickly run through shout outs. Again, Ryan, if you're here, put your comment or whatever the super chats were on Saturday. I'm happy to give you credit for them. I apologize that all. One thing I did not know is the comments would get wiped out. I didn't know that would happen. I think I've only in 3 years I've only missed 2 shows, so I have a pretty good record of showing up when I need to. But stuff happens sometimes, and I just want to make sure Ryan knows I appreciate him. Caden checking in, saying, "How's it going, fellas? Good to have you here, Caden. It's good to see you." David Sabanosh. That's a fantastic last name, David. A newer member of the College Football Mafia family. Good to be here and appreciate you, David. Hi, gentlemen. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. By the way, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, follow Daniel and I on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube. And if you're on Twitter watching us, do us a favor, open up another window on YouTube and go to the College Football Mafia, look it up, and hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know how we're doing. Certainly, we do work pretty hard around here for you. We have all kind of member videos and other special shows we do trying to get you guys information so you don't have to look for it yourself. So if you're new to the channel, we really, really appreciate you being here. Thank you, David. It's good to see you. Clint Moses says, by the way, Oregon State's 2-0 with their interim coach. So take that for what you will. Go WVU, curb stomp, CU in a cold, rainy game. So Colorado plays West Virginia this weekend, Daniel.
Yes, they do. And I'm pretty glad that they are. I mean, just the fact that WVU's looked really good this weekend. Colorado hasn't.
Not for a minute.
Yeah, so hopefully WVU can win this. They'll be 4-6. Still not great. Still not what everybody's looking for, but it's better than what everybody thought a couple weeks ago. Everybody thought that WVU would have the worst season in the history of the program, if
I
not
agree.
the worst season since 1978.
Yeah, I think they're starting to play a little bit better. Rich Rod's starting to figure it out. You got a new freshman. What have you guys been through? Your 3 or 4 fourth quarterback?
This is quarterback 4.
Okay, so eventually you'll find somebody that'll be able to stay healthy. Yeah, we'll have to see, certainly. Anyway, good to see you, Clint. Appreciate you, and go Oregon State, certainly. Sean checking in. Good to see you, Sean. The Big Ten might be a too big conference this year. Daniel just mentioned it. I mean, let's quickly run By the way, I skipped somebody. Melissa Foster, thank you for being here tonight, Melissa. Sorry, I didn't mean to miss your comment. I just happened to grab Sean's next. But thank you for being here tonight. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much, and consider becoming a member of the College Football Mafia family. To do that, just on the main page of the College Football Mafia on YouTube, just hit the join button right in the middle of the screen. It'll walk you through, and you can become a new member. We certainly appreciate new members around here. So let me bring up the top 25. And Moen has moved all these things around, and I don't necessarily like all of them, but I mean this'll work anyway.
Yeah.
Why don't I don't have just the regular view anymore? It's like I've lost all my. He's tried to make it too specialized. All right. Anyway, Ohio State. I hope everybody can see this. This is the top 20, AP 20, top 25 came out yesterday. Again, the CFP numbers come out tomorrow, rankings. So Ohio State, Indiana happen to be two Big Ten teams, the best Big Ten teams certainly this year. Are Ohio State and Indiana, and then you go on a run, and it's Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Oregon sneaks in there. So now you got three Big Ten schools. But then you go Ole Miss, and then you go BYU, Texas Tech, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's way too high, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Oklahoma, and then you get your first SEC school, Virginia. Georgia Tech and Miami both dropped out of the top 10 this last week. Texas, who's playing better. Then Louisville, second ACC team. Vanderbilt lost, so is the bloom off the rose there? We don't know. Time will tell. And then you come to Georgia Tech. So you got your third ACC team is at 16.
Yes.
As far as the Big 12 goes, they go 8-9, and then their next team is Utah.
Yes.
That's right. The Utah Utes are back in it after absolutely decimating Cincinnati last week. Just took them apart. They're at 17. And then you get Miami. You get Missouri, USC, Michigan, Memphis. There's your first. If you were just to do it off the top 25, there's your first G6 member coming off of everything else is Memphis. And I still think Memphis it's USF and Memphis, in my opinion. Then your first, three-loss team, Tennessee. Daniel, I think Tennessee is overrated, and I think Washington's underrated. You have Tennessee at 23. What do you think of that?
About right. I mean, it's not like that we're talking that they're all the way at the bottom. I mean, hold on. If you look at the rest of the SEC, they're about where they need to be at. Right there at 23. It's not like that we're talking. I mean, they're 6-3 overall. It's not like that.
But are they better than Washington on a neutral field right now? I don't know.
Probably not.
And Cincinnati at 25, probably Tennessee's a little better than Cincinnati, but I think Utah, BYU, and Texas Tech would all beat Tennessee.
Yeah, and let me see what Tennessee's got remaining. They've got New Mexico State.
Oof. SEC schedule. Gotta love it.
Yeah. At Florida.
Right.
Vandy. That's what they got remaining.
All right.
Oregon.
That's an 8-4 schedule, I think.
Yeah. Those are three very winnable games. Is what they have left.
I don't know. We'll see. I guess
New
Mexico, obviously not.
New Mexico State. Yeah. This is what Oregon's got left. At Iowa, Minnesota.
Yeah.
That might be a win. USC.
And then Washington.
And then UW.
So they go USC. What?
So those four, if you look at those four games, Oregon could probably be tripped up on maybe one or two of them.
I know. USC, is it at USC? Is it at the Coliseum?
No, it's at Autzen. It's at Autzen.
Okay, so they play different, and I mean, even though Indiana beat them, they play different up in Oregon. So,
now I'm going to make one of our co-hosts very happy. I think I think Washington's going to be Oregon.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the top 25 anyway. I want to get to some super chats, and we got some new members comments as well. Ryan Willie, $2 super chat. Thank you, Ryan. I do appreciate you. I do not take you for granted, and I appreciate you being a member and an OG of the College Football Mafia family. Hurricanes, more like a thunderstorm. So that's talking about Miami. Tell me Miami's finishing schedule again.
Hold on. I had it pulled up a second ago.
Yeah.
Hold on. It is.
By the way, prayers to Jamaica and all the islands that absolutely got flattened by that hurricane this last weekend. Absolutely the worst.
Syracuse.
Okay.
This is going to be in Miami. NC State in Miami. At Virginia Tech. At Pitt. So if you look at their last four, they could run the table on that last.
They could, or I mean Pitt.
That's not a great. It's an okay Pitt team. Virginia Tech. I don't know what they have.
Yeah, but NC State, what are they doing? They're screwing around and having a good season.
NC State is 5-4 though. I mean, they're looking okay, but they're not looking fantastic.
I hope Miami wins out. Don't get me wrong. I want Miami to win out. I just that SMU thing, man. I know that hurt a lot of feelings in Miami land. Earl Carr, he is one of the top 3 original gangster members of the College Football Mafia family. I think it was my dad. Wasn't Earl. Another BYU fan, and then Earl are my first members. Ryan Willie's in the top 10. And I appreciate him being here tonight. It's great to see you, Earl. Go BYU. Let's go. Hey, Bomber, go Cougars. Beat Texas Tech. 28 months, Earl has been a member. Thank you so much, Earl, for helping us keep the lights on around here. I don't take you for granted, brother. Thank you so much. And good feelings for your family, and have a good weekend coming up. Hopefully, BYU had a bye week, so I heard LJ Martin's carrying the ball again. Might get JoJo Phillips back. So we'll see. BYU's not going to lay over for Texas Tech. I'll tell you that right now. And then Earl Carr follows that up with 5 members of the College Football Mafia family. New memberships. Thank you so much for that, Earl. I really, really appreciate you. You don't happen to have that up, do you, Daniel?
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Why can I not get this thing to pull up? Hold on. We have got.
Let's go.
We've got Ray C, James Kane.
Nice.
Hold on. Come on, you piece of poop. There we go. Hold on. We have got Ryan, Brandon Lopez, Fearfully Content, James Kane, and Ray C.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. If you've received a new membership, make sure you thank that person, first of all, for giving you the membership out of their kindness of their heart. And secondly, I would ask you to consider becoming or giving somebody else a membership, paying it forward. Karma's real in the world, and give somebody else a membership by giving a gifted membership, just like Earl did here right now for you. And we'll help keep this thing going. Thank you so much, Earl. I really, really appreciate you. During the season, sometimes we struggle on how we're going to go out and keep our memberships up and supply member benefits and all these things. I think we've done a pretty good job this year, but it's only because, Earl, you stick around and you help us out. So I really, really appreciate you. Okay, so those are all the super chats. Ryan, did I miss a comment from Ryan about what else he said on Saturday? I just want to make sure
I remember the thunderstorm one is what he put up on.
Okay, that's the only one.
Friday.
There's no other comment. Okay.
I don't remember off the top of my head from Saturday.
All right. No worries. We'll have to see. We'll have to see where that goes, but I really appreciate you being here as well, Ryan. Let's see here. If there's any other comments I want to get to, let me get to this one from Fergie. I've been praying for you, Fergie. Evening, Nathan and Daniel. Good luck this weekend to the Mountaineers. Go easy on us. John Denver Bowl Part 1. Cannot make the game work, unfortunately. Scobuffs. Go Fergie. So
This is part 2. The John Denver Bowl is between WVU and Texas Tech before that. So
okay. All right.
because
All right.
that's where he went to school at, was Texas Tech.
Okay. All right. Just I appreciate Fergie being here and even giving us comments tonight. Thank you so much. Let's see. You guys' comments have been fantastic. I want to get back to this top 25 and the losses and the wins. So let's if we go down from the top last weekend, we're not gonna talk about games whether they won, because those don't really matter. You stay in the top 25, you continue to climb, but the losses stand out. So we know Vanderbilt lost. We know Miami lost. Georgia Tech lost.
Yes.
And let's see, Tennessee lost, and Cincinnati lost. All those were in the top 25 last week. Now they're still in. Cincinnati, in fact, didn't drop all the way out, which I take as a good sign for the Big 12. But what do you think about these schools that lost? Like, I don't think Georgia Tech's out of it because they've only got one loss, but is Miami on the outside looking in?
Miami currently, right now, is on the outside looking in for the ACC championship and for the playoffs. The only way it's going to work is that UVA's got to drop some games, and UVA's got to lose 2. Georgia Tech's got to lose 1 more. Pitt has to lose 1. Who does?
I don't think Pitt's not in the top 25 though.
No, but they're 7-2. They're 5-1 in conference play.
Oh, you're looking at the ACC standings.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm looking at the
going.
ACC.
Okay, all right,
they've
keep going.
got Notre Dame at Georgia Tech and Miami. So that Miami situation will solve itself right there. The problem, it seems like Miami every year, they do so great, and then November 1st happens and they trip over themselves.
Yeah.
Tennessee is the same way. Auburn for years was the same way. Florida was that way for years. I can sit there and throw a ton of teams that whenever the calendar hits November, they're playing great. Then all of a sudden they just fall apart.
Well, why is Miami ranked 18 and Notre Dame is ranked 10th? Miami beat Notre Dame, and Notre Dame has
brand
they are
value.
not great. They are not a great team right now.
Brand value.
Oh, that's got to be rough if you're a Miami fan.
That's the only way that you can look
that's
at it.
That's got to
be.
That's, believe me, I felt that pain last year with BYU and SMU.
Yeah.
SMU made the playoff. BYU didn't, and they had beat SMU during the season. I think what they're showing us here in this poll is that those brand valuations continue to carry the day if you're going head to head. Notre Dame trumps Miami.
Notre Dame was the first team to be 0-2 since for 30 years, and still be in the top 25. With the only reason why they're in top 25 was Notre Dame. They have the name.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And I'm going to and we've talked about this before. A lot of these sports writers, they'll watch the game that they're assigned to, especially if it's an away game as a beat writer. They'll watch that game. They'll watch a couple other games. They might watch the game of the week on the flight going back to wherever. And that is about the extent of the football that they watch. They'll read a lot, but they don't watch a lot of TV.
The CFP doesn't have the same excuse, though. The CFP say it had 9-10 weeks to come up with their opinions. Does the CFP put Miami over Notre Dame?
Oh, Notre Dame's in over Miami.
Gosh, that's brutal. If that's true, that's brutal.
I know it's brutal. I know it's
Yeah, that's
brutal,
rough.
especially considering we all watched game 1, week 1, Notre Dame playing at Miami.
Yeah, that was.
We have a head-to-head
Ah, boy.
matchup, but
Yeah, that I don't know. I hate that a lot.
yeah.
Um, let's talk about a couple other of these teams, and then I'm going to get to comments. Let's just jump into Texas Tech BYU. Um, Texas Tech BYU is the biggest game in the new Big 12 since what is this? Only 2 years old, 3 years old.
Yeah.
Since losing Oklahoma and Texas, it's the first top 10 matchup for quite a while, actually, a few years in the Big 12. And between these two teams, um, it's going to be harder for BYU to win on the road, but they're coming off a bye week. Texas Tech lost their backup quarterback, who had become their starting quarterback, but is now back to their starter at quarterback, and we know how good their defense is. I think the last I checked, it was 10.5 points was
Yes.
the
Yeah.
margin.
Which is
Yeah, third
insane.
party. What do you think about that?
That is insane, the number of points that Las Vegas is giving on this game. Just insane. I might make a drive out to the desert and lay down 10 just just to do that. I mean, that is insane. I mean, I've seen BYU play. I've seen Texas Tech play. I don't think Texas Tech is 10.5 points better than than BYU. If it was up to me, I'd probably just give the 3.5 what you get for just being at a home game,
Right,
just where the game's in Lubbock and not in Provo.
right.
Then you would flip the number on that. Um, just baffling.
And then you
But
have the college day, you have the college game day curse as well. They're going to be
yeah,
in town, Kirk Herbstreit, and the whole clan is going to be calling this game. And except for, I mean, last week they were at Utah. That's great for the Big
uh-huh.
12. Great for Utah. These are the first two games, though, college game day in the last 2.5 years for the Big 12.
True. And I love that. I love that we're finally getting the Big 12 in a good spotlight. It needed to happen. What was it? Reese Davis was talking about a D2 matchup that he wants to go to next week. God,
Oh, really?
I would love that. Yeah, it's they're in Arkansas. I can't remember the teams off the top. It's called the Battle
That's
of the
funny.
Ravine. And you want to know something? I would love that they would go to a D2 school. Just love it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think it's I think at the end of the day, this game is of the two of the two teams. BYU has a little bit more margin for error
Yeah.
because they are still undefeated. Texas Tech's played one more game though, so it's not as though they're that far apart.
No.
They both beat Utah.
Yes.
Um, and I think again BYU's coming off a bye week, so there's a lot of stuff to like in this matchup. What would be a nightmare scenario coming out of this matchup on Saturday?
Bachmeyer throwing 6 interceptions. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I think that could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that would make it to where you now have you're going to now start breaking out the tiebreakers because
yes,
you would have was it? Yeah, 3 one-loss teams. It would be a mess. It would
yeah.
be a big mess. And like I said, that would be the nightmare scenario. Then all of a sudden they would start calling BYU the frauds. They shouldn't have been 8-0, but I mean, how many
Losing to
people said
Texas Tech on the road should not. You shouldn't
no?
get
I
dinged
mean,
for that.
let's say that it's a cover. Let's say they lose by 3, like
Right,
with a minute left to go. They kick a field goal. They win by 3.
right.
That's not a bad loss. That
Yeah,
is a really good Texas Tech team. that just beat a really good BYU.
I agree with you. I think
And
that's right.
plain and simple.
Yeah, there's there's all these machinations of how the Big 12 can get a second team in. If the ACC continues to do what it's doing to itself, and Notre Dame loses one more game, they you could be talking about three teams in, depending on
Yes.
tiebreakers and who loses to when. In my opinion, the best situation for the Big 12 would BYU to beat Texas Tech, and then lose to like TCU, go 11-1. Texas Tech, as the tiebreaker, goes into the championship game against BYU, and then
No, you don't want
they
to. You don't want to. You don't want a two-loss Texas Tech. That they'll sit there and badmouth Texas Tech left, right, and sideways. You want a Texas Tech win. Both of them.
well, I don't. I don't.
I know you don't, but I'm
I
talking
don't
about
want
getting
that.
to the best mathematical way to get two into the conference. You want a Texas Tech win.
Yeah,
Both of them 11-1 going into Arlington, and you want that game close. You want that game within a field goal.
I think it would be on a neutral field, especially if BYU only loses by a few points.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that'll be a good game. Everybody look forward to that. College game day is there, so that's something. If you're a Big 12 fan, certainly do. If you're a fan of the ACC, you need to hope that the best brands keep winning. And right now, the best brand is Virginia. Virginia will make it to the championship game essentially at 11-1. It looks like to
Oh,
me.
public service announcement. Watch my short after this show because I did a short
Okay.
on UVA.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that Louisville makes it into that final
Yes,
game
it
too,
is,
because they beat Miami
yes,
and they
they
have that
did.
tiebreaker. So
Yeah, and Louisville is. I want to say. Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. Louisville is 7-1 also.
yes, yeah.
Pittsburgh is 7-2. How the heck are they 7-2?
I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, Pittsburgh.
WVU
I don't know.
flattened them. Georgia Tech 8-1. The Cavaliers are 8-1. So you're going to have the best case scenario that you have for the ACC is, I mean, Georgia Tech does have Georgia to end the season. And I think there's still an overtime with that Georgia Tech Georgia game from last year. I want to say it went into 7 overtime. Somebody's going to correct me off.
Yeah, that's
that.
crazy.
So, yeah, I'm just sitting there watching, and a lot of people were pulling for Georgia Tech that weren't Georgia fans, just due to the fact that you want to see Georgia Tech actually win one of the big games. And Georgia Tech looked good last year, and they're looking great this year.
I would prefer that Notre Dame simply loses a game and then both the ACC and the Big 12 could both get 2 teams in. That's what I would prefer.
Notre Dame, like I said, they've got.
I need them to lose. Every year I need them to lose. Oh boy.
Notre Dame has. Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. Notre Dame, Navy, and Navy just got exposed this past weekend.
Well, it's Navy.
Yeah, at Pitt.
See, now that's all of a sudden become a game.
That's became a game.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe they'll actually sell out the building there for a Pitt Panthers football game. There's only 4 teams that will do it. Notre Dame, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Penn State, and WVU. Notice I didn't say the Pittsburgh Panthers football team. Syracuse, and that's a Syracuse team that beginning of the year they looked really good, and now they're Right. And then they finish on the road at Stanford.
Oof. So everybody, if you're a Notre Dame fan, you don't want this to happen, but the rest of the world, if you want to see Notre Dame sort of take a step back because you don't think they even deserve to be where they're at right now, and I happen to be one of those people, I would love Pitt to beat them.
I don't.
That would be fantastic.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm team comment for that one.
yeah, I understand. All right, so that
A
gets us through the
lot
games.
of other Mountaineers that you're going to see in the chats, they'll agree with me. They're team comment for that one too.
Okay, all right. I appreciate everybody and going through the top 25 tomorrow night. Well, like I said, I will be doing a live show covering the college football playoff breakdown for the first week of votes. Doing that tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern time, so you can look forward to that. Let's get to some comments here, Daniel, since we're at it and we've got time tonight. Let's work backwards. Stephen Vitt first, Ohio Bobcat in the house, saying rooting for Pitt to be that team to beat Notre Dame. No, and then he says law. You don't think he is? Ohio
Stephen Vitt,
Bobcat? He
Stephen
may.
Vitt, no, he has the same kind of hatred for the University of
Okay.
Pittsburgh as everybody else does in that area.
Okay. All right. Michael Smith checking in. Where have you been, Michael? I've missed you. You haven't been around here for a while. At least I don't remember seeing you. My memory's not real great. There's not going to be two Big 12 teams, nor two HCC teams. Nothing. Okay. I predict two Big 10, one ACC, one Big 12, Notre Dame, one G6, and six SEC, even if Georgia Tech beats UGA. That's some crazy talk there. What do you think about what Michael's saying?
I could see that happening. It's ESPN. So
Yeah, I don't know that
I know that I know we joke about SEC bias all
yeah.
the time, but you got to remember Florida State got booted out of the uh, CFP for
Yeah, boy.
Alabama.
That was one of the other things I was mad about on
Yeah.
Saturday is realizing that doesn't matter how well you play on the field, it still comes down to these votes and these polls, and they adjust their metrics and then say, we want to adjust them again, and they'll change them, whatever it is. However they change the metrics right now, it's always going to be in the SEC's favor. Just so everybody knows, Notre Dame and the SEC, that's who those rules are written for.
Yep.
Everybody else, you're just in their world and you're living in it. And I did, let's see, before I did want to get one thing up that was in the news. The CSC, everybody's favorite regulatory party that watches NIL expenses and how regulations and everything else. They put out more notifications today on how they're trying to tighten up those rules. And let me see if I can get to my bookmarks. Um, let's see here. The CSC. I can actually share this right here. Let me take this off. The CSC. Sorry, this is Eric Blevins. I apologize. Here we go. Eric Blevins. Copy link. Paste. Now you guys can go read the article and everything you could see. But he says here the CSC just issued new guidance on NIL deals, and it will be interesting to see whether these disclosure rules end up in court. I think they will. Athletes must report all deals over $600 within 5 days or lose their eligibility. And I'm just waiting for the first person to have their eligibility taken, and they will get taken to court.
Of
Guaranteed.
course. Yeah.
The NCAA has had some notable success shielding other eligibility rules from antitrust scrutiny by arguing that they are not commercial in nature. Anybody who can watch college football and not think it's commercial in nature, you have to be blind. That argument seems like a harder sell for this new rule that ties eligibility directly to disclosure of commercial NIL deals. Also worth noting that if the rule is subject to antitrust law, it doesn't necessarily mean it violates the law. The arguments get more complex from there. So, yeah, I know people have different opinions about NIL. I personally like NIL. A lot of schools and fans don't. They're just trying to tighten the screws on this thing more, Daniel.
I know. And I like NIL as a principle, but the thing is, it just went nuts. It just went absolutely insane. then you had collectives, and then you had this and that, you had that. And you want to know something? I get it. You're now trying to keep up with every other team that's out there. So trying to rein it in now, good luck. It's not going to happen.
It's going to be tough. Like I said, the first
Yeah.
school or athlete that gets dinged with it, they're going to have 29,000 lawyers sending them an email and a DM saying, "Hey, I'll represent you, man. Let's go."
If
Because
not the school's attorney going in
yeah,
there
well,
doing that
yeah,
too. Yeah.
I don't think a school attorney would defend a player though, because now the onus is on the player to report. According to this new rule, it's up to the player to report, not just the
Okay.
team, which again is whack. How
Yeah.
do you expect a team to know if your player's going out and getting a side deal to sell cars
Yeah.
5 cities away from where your school is? How
Yeah.
can you regulate? How can you even know? It's I'm telling you, somebody's gonna get hit with it and the whole thing's gonna unwind.
Yeah. Like doing
Um,
like, hey, come over here to Jim's Ford, and you can take pictures, sign autographs, and we'll pay you a couple $1,000.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. $600 is nothing.
Yeah.
But none of this has changed. I felt like this when they first announced too. Sean says I would love to see Notre Dame and BYU every year. Yeah, I would too. They tried that when they were independent. They tried to get Notre Dame to commit to that, and they wouldn't do it. In fact, they canceled one of the games and moved another one of them. So Notre Dame doesn't want any part of playing BYU.
Notre Dame only wants to do what Notre Dame does.
For sure. Melissa Foster, I would think the BYU versus Texas Tech game will be closer and not 10. We haven't done our picks yet at the end of the week. I think this is a field goal game.
Yeah.
Haven't seen.
Moen already said that this game's going to be on the sheet for this weekend.
Oh,
And
well, yeah, I'd make it be even if he didn't have it.
actually, he might not put it up there because everybody's going to take the 10.5 points.
I don't know that that's true. Maybe. I haven't looked at
I mean,
has he posted pics yet? I haven't
no, he
looked. I'm
hasn't.
not
He hasn't
sure.
yet. No, he
10
hasn't
and a
yet.
half is a lot. The line might move by the time we pick.
Yeah.
I don't know. 10 and a half BYU Texas Tech. That's craziness. I will say this. I think this, because it's showing on ABC. So everybody knows it's on
Yep.
ABC. It's at 12 Eastern, so it's the first game of the day
Yep.
on Saturday. They might get 3.5 million people watching this game. It might be
Yeah.
more than that.
I don't know. Let me see who Fox has for the.
If ABC's proved anything, whoever they feature on College Game Day gets massive numbers.
Let me see who Fox has for their.
Yeah, who's the Big Ten or the SEC? What are they putting up against?
No, it would be Big Ten.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, obviously for the Fox, yeah. I was just thinking of who the SEC was playing on ESPN.
Hold on. It is Oregon at Iowa. That's their game on Big Noon.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Big opportunity there for big numbers for the Big 12, certainly for BYU and Texas Tech. Sean says if Morton plays the full game, BYU loses. Yeah, I just
maybe.
I don't know. Dave's here. Good to see you, Dave. Last time it happened was 1989. Michigan, interestingly, after losses to Notre Dame and Miami.
Okay.
I'm not sure what we're talking about there.
The last time that a 2-loss team or a 0-2 team was still in the top 25.
Oh, after the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
0-2. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite possible. Earl Carr earlier, OG member of the College Football Mafia family, says, I think he walks away, cites health reasons. That's Dion. And Dion,
maybe
he's now fighting legacy. You know, there's a lot of social pressure for him to stick around, and I just don't know where that ends.
Well,
to be perfectly honest,
we don't know his health.
No, we absolutely do not. Nope.
We know he had cancer. We know that he has still got lingering treatments.
He's had 18 surgeries in 3
Yes.
years.
Yeah. So that takes a toll on anybody.
Absolutely. Yep.
Uh, if at the end of the season he's like, I can't do this because of my health, I don't think anybody will fault him for it. Just due to the fact that you've got, it's difficult.
Oh,
Cancer is
absolutely.
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You're exactly right. Let's see here. Michael Smith, ACC might beat Bama, Florida, Georgia, Notre Dame 2 times and still only get 1 team. That's
That,
harsh, man.
well, that's
That is
ESPN
harsh.
bias. So
Yeah, no, he's not speaking wrong
yeah,
necessarily.
oh, it's sad.
If there's not 6 SEC, there will be 3 Big Ten teams instead of just 2.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at 3 Big Ten teams, unless the wheels just come off Oregon,
Yeah.
um,
It's probably
or
going to be
Indiana,
it's probably going to be Oregon, Indiana, and Ohio State.
Ohio State. That's what I
Yeah.
would guess. Yeah, yeah, that's what I would guess too. Sean, why wouldn't they notify within the 5 days? It's their payday. What are we talking about there,
They're
Daniel?
talking about the
Oh,
CSC.
talking about
Yeah.
the NIL thing. Go ahead. What are you
I
gonna say?
can understand this because let's say that you are at, like I said, you're at Jim's Ford and wherever, and they pay, you get an upfront payment to show up there to sign autographs, kiss babies, whatever. But also you're going to get back end money on that. So let's say your front end money is $500. Your next payment's $500, then another payment of $500. Are you going to just sit there and say, okay, that's $1,500, or are you going to just say it's $500 3 times? That's where things are going to get iffy.
Sorry, I'm reading a note from Rocker Man. Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
you. I think that is absolutely true.
because you
Melissa,
know that it's all
sorry.
going to be 1099s for all these
It
for all
it
of them.
does.
Yeah,
I just don't know that when you were an 18-year-old college student, were you worried about reporting your tax and wages when you waited at the bar? I mean, all I'm saying is college students are not known for turning around and reporting that they've been given anything, let alone it's some $600 limit.
yeah.
I just don't know how it works from a practicality standpoint.
$600 is the reporting limit for the
It's
IRS.
way too small. It's just way too small. Fergie says, Nathan, I have doubted BYU too many times, so give you the benefit of the doubt and pick you to win outright. Thank you, Fergie.
There you
I
go.
appreciate you. BYU can win this game.
They can.
Absolutely can win this game. There's no doubt about it. And if you're not familiar with BYU's game, just watch the last 2 games against Utah and against Iowa State. They can score points and they can play defense, and you'll win any games if you can do that. I do believe it needs to be, if it's more than 30 points, Tech wins. I think if it's less than 28, well, probably 27, BYU wins. Then there's the middle that who knows what happens in there. So, but thank you, Fergie. I appreciate your support. Stormy Cyclone, good to see you, man. Boy, that week, you guys have had a tough couple weeks. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
From Iowa State fan base standpoint. Hi guys, can't believe college basketball is on TNT. Arizona and BYU in action. Yeah, I was gonna watch that. We're gonna be done here in 10 minutes, but I'm gonna go watch. BYU play Villanova on TNT. That should be a good game.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Get to some more comments. Sean, how healthy is LJ? I can only tell you LJ Martin is the running back for BYU. He got hurt at Iowa State, had his
Yeah.
shoulder in a sling. All I've heard is rumors. I've heard the AC joint thing in his shoulder. His shoulder was loose, but he could still do everything he wanted to do. He just needed to not lead with his right shoulder and hit people, which is what or his left shoulder, which is what he tends to do. He runs over people instead of around them. He lives on that contact, which is why he's been so good. But then he goes out and gets hurt. So if I had to guess, I think LJ goes. But if for some reason there's, he gets a stinger or something, they might pull him. But I have nothing to. I have only rumors to go on for that report. Let's see here. NFL game streaming on NFLHD.com. That's wonderful. Okay,
That's
dude.
spam bot. I already
Yeah,
moved
can
it.
you block that? Can you
Yeah, I
block that
just
one
did.
for
I
me?
just did.
Thank you. Thank you. 4 weeks of ugliness can't stop the bleeding. Yes. Yeah, Iowa
Yeah.
State, boy. They've had a tough year.
And
Certainly. Rocco
the
Beck has been
question up
number one.
there: when was the last time a team won the national championship? And they used to hand them out AP national championship before the bowls, and I want to say that changed in 76, 4, something like that, and then lost to a loss team um, in their bowl game. I want to say it was Notre Dame in, I want to say like 73.
Sorry, Daniel. You were talking about the history of college football, and I was
No,
reading
it
these
was
things
a
from
question
Rock.
that was brought up by
Somebody asking about the championships and how they
yeah,
were. Okay.
yeah, it was hold on, let me pull it up again.
Going one. So
Michael Smith.
evidently,
It was
Michael
Michael
Smith
Smith
was
that
comment.
brought it up.
I just want to let everybody know that going forward, we're going to do when we do our shows. Uh, there is a feature that College Football Express and College Football Mafia are going to try to use in YouTube, where one show leads to the next show. Now, that's usually when we go about 2 hours. That's our average, because then the next show can sort of be scheduled right after. I hadn't told Rock how long we were going tonight, so he had no idea of knowing one way or the other what we were doing this evening. But in the future, if you guys want to stick around on our channel after the show ends, I guess you might get bounced right over to College Football Express as long as you don't leave. And I think the vice versa. If College Football Express ends and we want to go, it'll bounce over to us. I don't know. I'm just reading these instructions, and Rock's way smarter than I am because I'm not sure I understand how all this technology works. But he and Mo have been working on it, and that's a cool feature that I do want to play up. For those that like both of our channels, we certainly support College Football Express. Get to a couple more comments here, and then we're going to get out of here, Daniel. Did I miss a super chat? I don't think I did. I think we've got all our super chats tonight. Okay. Sean says A-Rod in his presser said he was getting second opinions last week. That was last week. I saw something today, this morning, that was talking about actually what had gotten hurt, which I didn't know last week, and the potential of him playing. It's still up in the air. But by when is it? Thursday that the injury things come out now in the Big 12?
Yes.
I think by Thursday we'll know because Kalani's always been. He'll tell you, stuff even I don't want him to tell you, just because that's how he runs his ship. So we'll find out by Thursday, I would think. But I hope he plays because he is a ball of thunder
He's
trying to
really good.
tackle. He is really good. Well, you saw him.
Yeah.
You saw him play. You understand how hard he was to tackle.
Yeah.
Let's see. One more comment, and then we're going to get out of here. FF18 buffs, that would be Fergie again. Valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. Some of you have contributed to our shows around here, and I really appreciate them. Daniel, I will bet you a hat for the game. If you win, you buy a CU hat, and vice versa. I would buy a West Virginia hat and wear it on a show.
Deal.
That's the easiest
I had to wear
deal.
that. I had to wear that ugly Utah hat for a week. So I can wear. You want to know something? I want to say I've got a Colorado hat somewhere around the house.
I
I
am
gotta
all
look.
for I am all for those type of bets. The ones I'm not into the eating Skyline chili and you know and MD 2020 bets. Those aren't my speed. So
Well,
I don't know. We'll see. Uh,
Scott, whenever whenever you was eating the Skyline chili on the hot dog, it's a little better on a hot dog than what it is with the noodles and the cheese and stuff like that. I've had their coney dogs, probably a lot more than just a regular chili, and it's okay. No Rocky Mountain oysters. No, 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 no,
okay,
no,
okay.
no.
Fergie says deal. So you guys are on
No,
books.
it's the one right
I'm a
below it.
witness.
Yeah,
I
one
know.
right
I know.
below it says that. No.
I understand. I understand. All right, everybody. Thanks for your patience with me last. I would have had a lot more energy. You would have seen me pretty excited last Saturday night. But again, family stuff had to come up. So I appreciate you waiting for me to come on tonight. Thanks for coming on, Daniel, and help me keep this thing balanced. And we get as much information out to the people as we can. This week is going to be building up, at least around here, for the Texas Tech BYU game. Tell everybody one thing you're looking forward to as you look into this weekend games. Maybe it is Texas Tech BYU. I don't know, but kind of what you're looking for in this weekend's college football games.
There's 3 games I'm looking forward to this weekend. Number 1, I want to see if because WVU played really good. I want to see
They
if they can do
did.
it too.
I thought
I want to see.
they
I
were
want
going
to
to
see if
win.
I want to see if they can do it 2 weeks in a row.
Okay. Okay.
Of course, I want to watch that Texas Tech and BYU game.
Yep. And there's one more.
And the other game that I'm wanting to watch, uh, the Steelers game on Sunday, but that's
Oh,
something
there you
completely
go.
different. Yeah, because
Did you see my Seahawks take apart
yes, I see that. I
last
saw
night?
that.
Just
Yeah,
took them apart.
yeah,
Washington, this is the second time Seattle's wrecked the career of a Washington quarterback, and
yeah, I saw that.
that's not on purpose. I don't know how that happens, but that was what Jaden Daniels, one of the worst injuries I've ever seen on
That was
television.
bad. That was bad.
It was horrific. I do not
And
suggest you go look at it. Monday Night
no,
Football last
and
night.
Jalen Daniels is the only reason why Washington has looked good for the past God.
Yes.
How many
Yeah.
years have they looked awful? I mean,
Bad. Well,
like what?
RG3. I mean, Alex Smith maybe for a
Uh,
little bit, but
Alex Smith was okay, but that was
yeah,
what 15 years ago.
the RG3 he had him going though. If he hadn't
He,
gotten hurt, I think they would have gone somewhere.
yeah, but everybody thought that they were going to end up winning the division. So,
Not now.
well, look,
They'll be lucky to win 2 or 3 more games this year.
well, you still got Philly in the division, but
Yeah,
Giants are
Dallas in
awful.
division.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dallas is awful. The Giants are not good. So,
okay, we'll find out. I think Washington's the real trouble.
yeah.
That's all I'm going to say now. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining me, Daniel. You have a good week, okay? And I will. Here's the halftime score. Halftime: Arizona 50, Florida 46. There we go. Basketball is in session, everybody.
Yep.
Appreciate everybody being here tonight. I will see you tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, and we will be doing our preview for the first college football playoff poll, which will come out tomorrow night. And I believe it comes out at 8 Eastern. So I'm going to start at 7:30. And you can be here and we'll watch it together. So, Daniel, thank you very much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
All right. We will see you soon. Everybody else, have a great night and a great week. And we will see you later. Go Cougs.